CitizenCon. What do I expect to happen this year? Last year we had a load of panels, no massive big Chris Roberts extravaganza, but we did get some interesting information. We had a good showcase of early look at Pyro, and we had a load of technical things. Some would say too technical. The Gen 12 and Vulcan panel was incredibly dense, and they seem to have changed their tack slightly this year, and that there's no real look at any of the technology. All of the panels that we've got this year are vaguely around kind of gameplay and ships as always. So what do I expect to see this year? This is obviously just a bit of fun. We don't know, but you pop your predictions down below, and yeah, let me know what you think is going to happen. But I think we're going to see, first of all, much more detailed and further along version of Pyro. They've been talking about Pyro now for feels like hundreds of years, but they have actually probably done the majority of the work that they need to do from an art side. That's been talked about for quite a while, is that actually the art teams that were working on the planets and things like that, they've basically finished. They were talking about moving on to Nix and other things as well. So in the past, we know that Pyro should be significantly done, and I think we'll probably see an in-engine basically version of Pyro that is similar to the standard system, where you can fly around, you can visit all the different planets, moons we don't know anything really about either. Hopefully it's going to be much further along than it was last year. At least it should be. And we know that actually for CRG, planet tech is one of the strong suits, and creating planets doesn't take actually that long. It's the other things in the system, the space stations and other content, and content is what we're really after, that will probably take the longest. But I expect to see a decent Pyro demo, which should be good, and the stuff we saw last year looked amazing, and hopefully this year we'll see a much better version of that further along. Next up, the things I'm interested in, I am very excited to see the new look at Loreville. So Loreville, if you don't know, they've been reworking, and for me, Loreville is the place I spend a crazy amount of time doing my little runs from the Habs all the way to the New Deal ship shop. I spend so much time there, and I love Loreville. I know it at this point like the back of my hand, but it's probably all going to change. So it's going to be interesting from my testing point of view. Everything I do at the moment, the runs that I do, probably will have to change. But we're going to see how drastically they've changed Loreville. Whether it will just be kind of like a visual kind of reskin, or whether they'll have just completely redesigned the whole city. We know that was a really early go for them at landing zones. And you have to say that as time has gone on, the newer landing zones, especially New Babbage and Horizon, well, New Babbage I think is amazing and really well designed, and Horizon is good as well. So I'm sure it will be a bit of a design change as well, but that's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing the new Loreville. The resource management stuff should be good as well. That is in the hands of Dan Truffin, who kind of headed up a lot of the mining stuff, and I think he seems to really get it, and he seems to do a very good job. Anything that he's involved in seems to go pretty well. So hopefully the resource management stuff will be interesting, and it won't be something, I guess, like the refueling that you're like, oh, this is cool, but actually you don't really do any refueling, or there's not many people spending their time becoming a roaming refueler. It's kind of a niche thing that is cool, but nobody's really playing that. I'm hoping that the resource management stuff will become central to how you play the game, especially they're talking a lot about multi-crew. Multi-crew has been a dream of this game for years, from the start really, and what we've got now is just a fraction of what we'll hopefully get one day. We're obviously going to get more ships, and we're going to get unannounced ships. They love to shove a new ship down our throats. It's not down your throats. Everybody's willingly lapping up the ships, but I'm sure there'll be a ship that is maybe flyable, ready to buy. And the big question for me is, will we get a Squadron 42 teaser of some sort? There's nothing on the roadmap or the schedule for the day, but as we know, huge amounts of the company's resources have been diverted away from Star Citizen, the Persistent Universe, and towards Squadron 42 to try and get it over the line, to try and get it finished. Now, I don't think it's coming anytime particularly soon. I don't think necessarily it will come next year, but considering all of these resources that are going on it would be great to see some sort of just an update. similar to how we had the kind of big ship update years ago. Now it feels just something, just a little something, just to say to you, we know that progress on arcism feels like it's come to a crawl, but there is a load of stuff happening in the background. Squadron 42 is coming together. I don't know. CIG sometimes do teasers and sometimes they don't. Sometimes you think they're going to do one and then they just don't do it. So I don't know. We'll see. I would love to see that. But Jared before, I'll play the clip maybe now.
Remember, it's a smaller show this year. There's no big keynote demo or anything, with the focus on 318 and getting persistent entity streaming as this new foundation for everything in the persistent universe, plus moving two major offices at the same time. The responsible thing was to scope down CitizenCon a bit this year, so remember that and when setting your expectations properly. That said, you know I am not one prone to hype. There's some of the stuff in my 8 years here, there's some of the most exciting developments that have come to the persistent universe yet in next week's show. So it's not going to be one you want to miss.
He thinks there's some amazing things in there, so I'm just intrigued to know what they are. But anyway, quick video. Subscribe if you like this sort of stuff. Star Citizen, normally technical look at stuff, but sometimes it's just nice to chat. And I'll see you soon. Bye.